stuff come up here?
I did, yeah.
See where I peppered it?
I did. That looks good. And you protect it. I hope.
I did so good.
You did. Yeah. Matt and I are out and about this morning here in the mountains of southern Appalachia, seeing what we can get done. So much has changed in the garden since our last garden video last Sunday night. I've been gone this week at the folk school a lot of the days, so I'm just looking at everything. This is the first time I've actually been out and about other than to take one quick walk through, and I can't believe how much has changed. Lots of things dying back, but all of our new things that we planted last week are all up. So we've got little green things about that big that we know and we hope will continue to grow and feed us all through the winter, so that's great. But what we're going to try to do today, Matt's back there with the beans, we're going to try to tear all that stuff down. But first we've got to go through and pick any green beans, if there's any real fresh looking ones that we can eat. We're going to pick those, of course, and eat them or put them up or do something with them. It depends on how many we get. Share them with Granny maybe. And then also we're going to get the dried ones off. And once we pull those off that we've been letting dry to keep the seeds, we'll spread those out probably on the porch or somewhere and in a tray or something like that, and just let them continue to dry. Might put them in my kitchen on my buffet where the sun kind of shines in that window, not much, but a little bit. And then I could carry them out on the deck and bring them back in at night, so I might do that. But that's our first chore that we're going to try to do today. And then a lot of our Mississippi pink eye peas right here are ready. The pods have turned red, so we're going to probably go through and pick our first picking of them. And it may be our last major picking, just because we got them planted so late. And some of them are beginning to die back too. Here's some of the little ones growing, you can see. If you see that red stuff, we put some cayenne pepper on them to try to discourage the little, see right there's one, really little roly-polies and snails and things, so that they could get up. Once they get bigger, it won't be so much of an issue, but we didn't want them to eat the little seedlings. And this next bed is blue kale. I don't think that's kale at all. That's not kale. So it's not coming up as good, but there's a few here and there. There's one over there, a couple. This may be why they're not coming up as good. They're kind of getting shaded out on this end. Well, that don't make sense. That's the ones that are coming up, and this part's more open. So maybe some more of them will germinate and come up. You see some more right here, and some more of the roly-polies there. This was the largest bed of kale that I planted last week, so it goes out pretty far, and this is Premier, and it looks like it's coming up pretty good. Probably the best germination, though, is the mustard greens. Looks like we're going to have some good mustard greens. This was another bed of kale. It's just coming up in places. So hopefully more of it will come up. So then the very long row that we planted had some radishes. These are radishes on this end. Then we planted some turnips in it. Got some weeds coming back up in it. Oh, gently pull that one. I may have pulled. No, it left it. That's good. And then we also planted some rutabagas in this one. Another little weed there. And at the very end out here, we planted some kohlrabi. So it looks like we've got stuff coming out all the way out through there. So hopefully that will do good for us too. And we put some pepper around them too. Here's some of the beans that we'll shell out and try to save for seed. These are greasy beans here on the front. See, there's a few that's still green and looking good. We'll get those. These still look real nice. This is the sort of like a white half runner bean that we grew on this back row that's called Grammy bean. It's a beautiful morning, a little bit foggy there. People have been asking me if I've heard the old folklore about every foggy morning in August, that's how many snows you'll get. I only wish that was true for us, but it doesn't ever hold true. We have a lot of fog here and not very many snows. The zinnias are beginning to look kind of raggedy too. That one still looks good. But most of them are on their way out and not putting out many more blooms. I guess I better quit admiring the gardens and get to helping Matt.
Doing green ones too?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get on the same wavelength as you. I was picking green and then everything else was going to be seed to me.
Well, I mean, they're just, if we're going to tear down the things, they're so, some of them will take a while to dry out, and then too, there's going to be so few beans, and they're so much better if you have shelly, so I guess I was just doing a little bit of both. Stickler for the law, wasn't it? So not bad for our very last picking of the year. Some of them are still really pretty beans, and then some of them's got some damage on them. I'm gonna go in and get us a little white bucket to pick the ones we're gonna dry. That way I can write in the bottom of the bucket what the bean is so we can keep them separated. You cutting my flowers down? Did I just see that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
They need to be cut back, some of them. You're getting in the walkway. Which one you want to do, front row or back row?
I don't care.
Greasy. I'll take the Grammy.
Breezes are awful good though. That's what made all them shellies.
Well, I think we got them all. Got a whole bucket full of the Grammy bean, which is one a subscriber shared with us several years ago. And this is the most, if this all, if it dries out good, got a little buddy there. this will be the most seed we've ever saved from it, so that's great. But they were just more of a prolific bean than the greasy beans. But Matt loves the greasy beans, so that's all you got. Matt's got about a half a bucket there, but that's good. Now comes the fun part. We can tear it all out. This time of the year, I find myself itching to tear stuff out just because it begins to look so tattered and bad. And you know it's the end, but everything looks so much orderly when you've tore things out. But me and Matt have never been on top of that job. Most years, many years, we just leave, because we were working full-time outside the house, we just leave this mess until next, like, you know, it might be what?
Next spring.
April, March, something like that, and we'd be saying, we better clean up the garden because it's about time to plant it. So there's been lots of times we just left it there the whole entire winter. But we're going to try to pull it out today. Well, that was a job, but it's done and it looks so much better.
Yeah.
So much better. So now we're on to the peas. We're going to pick this is our Mississippi pink eye peas. You can see the red pods. That's how you know when they're ready to pick. We don't have very many of them, but we're going to have enough for sure for a good mess to eat.
Yeah, I figured them ought to be in a pot tonight.
That sounds good. Some cornbread. I see an orange pumpkin over there, turning orange, and a butternut that I don't remember planting. Some basil. Pumpkin's really dying out. Amazing, from last week to this week, though, the pumpkin's pretty much done.
I don't know if I want to eat these or not. That pink eye, I didn't catch it.
Ha. Is that one of your dad jokes?
Yeah.
See that pumpkin over there is turning? Did you see it?
I did.
Pretty nice mess of peas. This is the only time we've picked them this year, and the plants are about gone, so there really won't be that much again. Look at that little, can you see it? Little news bee. That's what we call those. See it flying around there? That's a news bee. I was always told when I was little, if you've seen one, it was flying around, you know, gathering news to take and tell other people. I always thought of it like they were carrying a big long scroll that they unscrolled and wrote down whatever gossip they'd heard or news, and then they were roll it up and go on to the next place. Matt's down here cutting the okra. Amazing how much has grown since we tried to gather up our little tiny mess that we had that wasn't enough, and we had to add some squash to it. But it's really starting to come in now, and it's grew even since then. I said it was taller than me, as tall as I was then, and now it's, I think some of it's taller than Matt, or at least as tall as Matt.
So, I've already developed in my mind a meal plan.
A meal plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, what is it?
Some peas, fried okra, cornbread, side meat. I'll get some side meat. That'd be good. Don't you figure?
Be delicious. Delicious.
Is that all right?
I think. Unless I missed some. Ochre blooms are so beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that just lovely? Lots of little ones too coming on this plant and on all the others.
One of them 22s again.
It ain't a 22, it's from this year. If we're crooked though, maybe. Well, that was a workout, but it's done and over with now. Nice to have it done, and to have those beans to eat.
I'm looking forward to them peas. Ain't had them all year. That's going to be good.
First fresh peas.
I'll make a trip to the fruit stand just to get side meat for that.
I think, like I said, sometimes, some years, many years, me and Matt just left everything like it was till the next gardening season, just because we were wore out and working full time and going around singing different places and all that, and our time was just much more in demand, I guess, in those days. But I do think the years that we've been able to go ahead and do it and clean it up, I think it's helped with our bean bugs that we get. Now, there's a few on there, but there wasn't a whole lot, was there?
Years past, it's covered up in them.
Yeah. So I think that maybe that helps with that. I don't know. Or if it's just the, you know, each year differs. And maybe next year they'll be back in full force. But it seems like we've not had as many of them last year or this year or even the year before, I don't think. I don't know. Time goes by so fast, but we didn't have as many this year. So that was nice. We do still have other beans left. We have that row of the Mother Stallard beans, and we've been letting those kind of get bigger and fuller and dry on the vine because we want to save those as dried beans. We want to try that. We canned some of them. We ate a lot of them. They're so good. And we canned some this year. It's first year we've canned any. We canned the hull and all, just like green beans. And then we want to keep some dried. Now, I dried a few last year, so I saved them as seeds, but this year we wanted to dry enough to eat. And then I have papaw, the Ed bean, in the backyard, and those we were going to save for seed too. We've eaten some of those and put some of them in our cannons, as we've done all through the summer. But there's still a few out there. And then I guess that would be all of our beans.
Yep.
Seems like ages ago that we pulled up the last of the peanut beans in the big garden. They've been gone a long time. We've still got the peas in the backyard that the deer nibbled on, so there's not many of them. But we're, of course, going to harvest them and eat them if there's enough to eat. If not, we'll mix them all together and eat them that way.
Yeah, and that'd be good too.
Yeah. With our little mess of okra that we had, if you saw that video, and we mixed squash with it, that was Matt's ideal to do that. So many of you left wonderful suggestions about that you or your mother or whoever would cut up green tomatoes and put in it. Some people would put the okra with the peas and tomatoes. I've saved some of them, so maybe we can try them. But lots of different variations. One of them, I think someone shared it last year. I think it was our friend Patty, but it may have been somebody else. But was to do okra and mix it with your scrambled eggs and cook it that way. And I don't think we ever tried that last year, did we?
I don't believe I've ever had that. And
so I want to try that too. That would, and it'd just be real easy, you know. Just like stir up your eggs and throw some sliced okra in it, and then just scramble them like that. Same thing, you could saute your okra if you wanted to do it that way, then pour your eggs in on top of it. But there were so many different variations. Hopefully, now that the okra has started coming in, it'll just continue all the way till cold weather. It's what it usually does for us. Usually till you just think, how else can I eat okra, and I have so much in the freezer, what else can I do?
Comes your friend.
My friend Olive. She's staying with us today.
She's eyeing your popsicle.
Yeah, she wants my popsicle. I was talking about the changes in the garden from last week till this week. It's just amazing, especially since I've not been here as much this week to see, because I've spent so much time at the folk school. And it's just really amazing. Of course, it's that time of the year when that should happen. But you can see just little signs of fall of the year everywhere. With stuff dying back, and even the leaves on the trees and stuff starting to look kind of rusty and like they've done all they could do for this year. Those pumpkins and winter squash turning, that's another sign.
Yep.
I was at one of the days I was at the folk school, I walked around their gardens to look. Everything looks great. They had some little cabbage and different things growing for fall. But I noticed in one area, just kind of where there was they were through whatever had been there, I'm not sure what, it's gone now, so they were through growing there, and the weeds had kind of grew up a little bit, and I could hear crickets. I thought there's a sign too. Pretty soon, Matt and I, in the back especially, is where we hear them, the back of the house, all along the edge back through there, even up in the day, you'll hear crickets. Mm-hmm. That's like a true sign of fall weather coming.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, even though it's still hot. It's been very, very hot this week. Very hot.
It has. Just unbearably humid.
It's been very, very hot. But it's nice to notice those little pieces of nature that tells you a change is coming. It's not here yet, but it's coming. Although, a lot of you or like us, you're expecting, maybe by the time you see this, you'll have already felt some of it, but some colder air coming.
Supposed to be some cooler air
supposed
next
to be
week.
Kind of unusual for this year, so Matt, of course, is looking forward to that.
Yeah. It's always a tease, though, because it always gets hot after that. You got to do that 3 or 4 times before
it sticks.
Before it sticks, yeah.
It's priming the pump.
Yeah.
They say, though, this time it's going to be, we'll just have to wait and see, but they're making it out like it's going to be something really different than the normal just little tease. So we'll see if it is or if it's not. But it will be nice after this really, really hot, humid weather.
Yep.
Matt's ready to put the lawnmower and the weed eater up till next year.
Yeah, I am. I did something last time I mowed that I rarely do, which is just kind of halfway mowed. I usually mow and weed eat the whole place every time, and this time it was just so ridiculously sticky hot, and I just didn't want to do it. And I mowed the yard, and I never even got the weed eater out, and you can tell it now. A few days later, the places that I normally keep everything trimmed back, it just looks horrible. Don't it?
Yeah, it's all right. We never, Pap and Granny never had a weed eater when I was growing up. Still don't have one. I mean, Granny still don't. Paul mows her yard, but he just mows the yard. He don't weed eat nothing. So, it'll be all right. This time of the year, you're kind of ready for it to all be pushed back.
Yep. I am, for sure.
Yeah.
The problem with that is every year you just wish it away, and then you just get older.
Yeah, that's true. I do enjoy every season. That's what you got to try to do. Enjoy every bit of it. So I enjoy that searing heat. I try to think about, on those hot days, I think about a really cold day in the winter. And then on a really cold day in the winter, I think about, remember when I was out there sweating and wishing it would be cold? But I enjoy all of it. Matt doesn't enjoy the heat, though.
Yeah, I've never done that.
I love all of it. I love the really hot. I love the cold, and of course the two in-betweens, too, in fall and spring. I love both of them. Love it all. And really blessed to live in a place where we really get to experience those 4 distinct seasons. Really do. We've still had a lot of rain, though. Evening thunderstorms, especially this week with that heat.
Yeah.
Pop up here and there. One day I was at the folk school one evening, and it massive thunder, but no rain. And then when I left to come home, the closer I got, the more I could tell it had rained a lot here. So that's the nature of those little storms. Sometimes in a short distance there'll be no rain and lots of rain dumped out. Those storms just, too, it don't really cool things off, those type ones. It just makes it that much more sticky and humid.
The only way it cools anything off is if it's real late in the evening. And the sun don't have a chance to heat it back up.
Yeah. When we were over there pulling that stuff off the cattle panels, there's different ways to do that. You could wait like me and Matt did. If we waited till next year or even till later in the winter, it's easier to get off because there's not as much green left. But when you pull it off, you just about have to wear a mask because it just disintegrates into fine dust, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just, I mean, you can't find yourself not being able to breathe. But also, a lot of you told us that you use, like the torch that you can get for weeds, that you use that to go over it, and it just burns it off. Now, we've never done that, but that sounds like something that you could try for sure. I don't know if it would hurt doing it over and over and over, if it would hurt the cattle panel or not, since it's metal, I don't guess, unless it got real hot. But if you're moving, it wouldn't get that hot, so that'd be something to try if you wanted to.
And I've got a weed torch, but I can't find it. Don't know what went with it.
It's got to be here somewhere.
Yeah.
Matt let Austin borrow it, but Austin brought it back, and then after he brought it back, that's when it got lost, so.
Probably in there in that mess somewhere.
Probably. We're still with our 2-year-long battle of cleaning out the basement still going on. We're never going to finish. We're getting there, though. But in the middle of all that, it probably got put somewhere and something put on top of it or something. We're still pecking away at that. Y'all may notice Matt looks different. He's sporting some new glasses.
Brand new. Just got them yesterday.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday?
Or maybe day before. I don't know.
No, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday, yeah.
Yeah. Different prescription, and I've got to get used to them. They're a little stronger, and I'm a little swimmy headed.
Hopefully you get used to them.
Yeah.
You like them better so far, though, than what was the others you had that changed?
The transitions, yeah, I got these. These don't transition, but I got the sunglass clip, magnetized clip that goes on them, so I'm trying that out. The transitions is okay, but they don't never fully go back all the way clear inside, and then it's like I'm wearing sunglasses in the house, and I don't like that. Then I end up taking them off and not wearing them. So I thought I'd try these this time.
Yeah, and they had to change his prescription too, so.
Yeah, I had to make it, the
had
progressive
to
part
get
of it a little stronger.
Yeah, so yeah, he's going to try to get used to them and hopefully not lose them.
Yeah,
Oh, you got your little thing on. I didn't even realize that. Your strap.
Oh, I've got them on to try to keep them up.
Oh.
Because I've not got them adjusted where they stay up on my face yet.
You may have to go back.
I've bent them 56 times.
Well, you
I'm afraid I'm going to break them.
Yeah, I was going to say, they probably know more what they're doing. You're going to wear that, though, when you go hunting, for sure. We don't have to trap through the stog all through the woods looking for. We stogged all over the whole area, which miraculously we found them. That was great.
Yep.
I was praying the whole way. God showed us where they's at. It was like a needle in a haystack for sure.
Yeah, I never would have found them. You found them. I'll use those as my backup pair.
Yeah, you could do that. After that, you hardly wore those. You just took your readers. You're so paranoid about losing them in the woods.
Yeah,
I mean,
when I went in the woods, I didn't take them at all. After that, I was afraid I'd lose them. And I don't know. I guess you just got to make yourself wear them. And I've done all right around home here, but when I get in the woods with these on, I do not like them. I don't like, you climbing and moving around and everything under a certain level of your eyesight's blurred out. And I don't like that.
I don't blame you.
And then climbing with them on, same thing.
You could try contacts.
I'll never be able to do contacts.
Oh, I don't know why couldn't you?
Because I just get so much junk in my eyes, piddling and working, and I just don't believe I'd ever be able to deal with that.
I bet you could. I think they're wonderful.
And then that's something else for me to keep up with.
Well, I know, but it's kind of worth it to not have glasses on your face. And like you said, the peripheral and the up and down and all that.
Okay, dear, whatever.
Well, you'll get used to these. Just keep wearing them.
Yep. I think I'll just wear them in my sleep. Wear them all the time.
Yeah, you
Never
could.
take them off.
You do. Go ahead. We did have a good week at the folk school. I did have a really nice week, and I got to talk to a lot of people, and a lot of you come. Thank you so much. Some of you drove great distances. We were really honored that you come to see us, so thank you so much for coming. And really nice students this week, of course, and then a lot of the just local community come out to hear my presentations, which was very, very nice, and had a really, really nice time the whole week. Lots of interesting things going on that I just got to watch and see and be part of. Got to do a little dancing with the girls, and Papa here kept the boys and let them come dance with me for a little bit. So that was like, Corey said, it's like we went through when we pulled up in the Keith House parking lot and got out, Corey said, okay, do y'all feel like we went through a time warp? I said, yeah, sure, sort of. So we got to dance a little bit. That was really, really fun. So we had a good time. I got to see our good friend Sonny Rickard twice this week. He come to one of the little concerts they were having, and then he did Morning Song, which was amazing. He's just the best entertainer there is.
Absolutely fine fella.
He's very great, all around.
Yeah.
Good mountain man, and really important in his community. He's the song leader at his church, those kind of things, but so much fun to be around and talk to. He's very talented, very, very talented.
Top shelf kind of guy.
He really is. So I hope to share a peek of the week with you. I have not looked at all the video that I took and see how I can cobble it together for a video, but I'll try to do that, and Sonny will be in it. So I know you'll enjoy that. I've shared one little short of him already, but I know you'll enjoy it. And I have some videos of Sonny already where he come and visited with me one day, and I got to interview him, so that was real nice. And him and Corey did some music together that day. And Paul has, on the Blind Pig and the Acorn, there's several videos with Sonny that he's done with him over the years. I didn't realize, he told me some sad news, I didn't realize he'd lost his wife in the last several months, and he told me they'd been married 63 years.
Wow. And
how much he really was missing her, and he said she made their home, you know. I just thought that was so sweet the way he said it. But you can be looking for that video. Hopefully I'll share it sometime this week, and you can see a peek at least into the folk school. I did not, or my week at the folk school, wasn't able to video any of my presentations just because now that we've got the two little ones, it's just more complicated, and needing somebody to help me, but they needed help with that, and anyway, we didn't get to do that. But the folk school, the last one, they did record it, and they put it on their Facebook page. Now, you may not be on Facebook, so that may not help you out. I know some of you, though, told me you watched it and you enjoyed it, so thank you very much for that. But hopefully in the future, I can just share those 3 presentations with you. Just make a video and kind of go over the things that I talked about. If you're interested in that, you can let me know. I'll try to do that. And might be better, you'll be able to see me better anyway. The one that they did was nice, very nice, and I'm so glad they did it, and very honored. They're going to put it in the archives of the folk school. But it was, of course, they had to be at a distance away, so if I got to do one, maybe I'd be closer to you. But you can let me know if you're interested in that. So what's we got going on for the rest of the day, Matt?
I don't know.
Matt's talking about the peas and the okra and the side meat. I'm getting hungry.
That's starving me to death thinking about it.
Supper's a long time away.
Yeah.
But
we could We'll make something between now and then.
Could do like Granny. Sometimes she cooks supper like at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then
She
that's
does.
out of the way, and you could just eat the leftovers
Yeah.
for dinner and supper. So we could go in and be Granny and go ahead and,
Yeah, we could.
and do it. You know, a lot of you wonderful folks that come to visit us this week at the folk school too brought us things. Thank you so much. Such a blessing. Such a blessing. Thank you so much. Y'all were so nice. Made us feel really good, and we really enjoyed talking with all of you that come. It was really, really the highlight of the week.
Yeah, I've done been into Robert's peaches that he brought, and
Yeah.
they're good.
Yeah. That sounds pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Go in and have some peaches.
Yeah.
If I had some biscuits, we could spoon them over.
Be
Sounds
good.
even better, don't it?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to go in and make us a pan of biscuits.
Sounds like a fine idea to me.
We're always glad when you stop by to help us celebrate Appalachia, and we hope you just keep doing it.